I put myself out there. I used a new app that was delivered to me on Instagram in the feed that was like, we set up group activities for gay guys at a dinner. And I'm like, okay, well, there were supposed to be 6 of us. Then there were 4 of us. Then there were 3 of us.
Oh, no.
But there was 1 guy left. And so it went from being a casual group thing to a date.
Yes.
That was rough. He was wasted by the time I got there.
Oh, no.
He was so like impatient and rude to this that I was trying to like give the waiter, signs that like, I don't know him. I don't know him. I'm not with him. He was like, do you know what Jubilee is? And I was like,
the internet?
The internet thing? He's like, yeah, what do you think of Jubilee? Something about it seems like gross and like toxic and not helpful. And he was like, well, I'm a Jubilee celebrity, or like I'm a Jubilee star. And I was like, okay, why would you set me up to insult? Okay. And then it only got so much worse from there. It got so much worse.
May I hear about it?
Yeah. I have to like take a drink.
Oh, no. If you have tried everything to lose weight and you still feel stuck, and again, if this is something you want to do, this summer can absolutely be different. Weight Loss by Hers is designed to support you in reaching your goals, if that's what you have, with access to an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill and the Wegovy pen. With Wegovy at Hers, you can lose up to 20% of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. It helps you regulate your appetite, eat less, and keep the weight off. Plus, Wegovy is the first ever GLP-1 pill for weight loss, which means there are 0 needles needed. The process is incredibly easy because everything is 100% online. You will be connected with a licensed provider who will determine if treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is delivered right to your front door. There's no insurance necessary. Ready to reach your goals? Visit forhers.com/dateme to get personalized, affordable care that gets you. That's FORHERS.com/dateme. forhers.com/dateme. Weight Loss by Hers is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk AS. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit forhers.com. Baby, welcome to another episode of Why Won't You Date Me? A podcast where me, Nicole Byer, was trying to figure out why I'm still single, even though you could come on my nose and tell me it's a nose ring. My guest today is a comedian and a writer. You know their work from New Girl, Broad City, and iCarly. His new book, The Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Gay, is out August 11th. I'm so excited he's back. Oh no. Hey,
no,
wait.
Just sit.
Sit. I'm so sorry.
You can push his butt down. Put his butt down.
Here, down.
There we go.
Thank you. It's Eliot Glazer.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
I think I scared your dog by screaming.
No, maybe a little bit. He's very like non-commit. Can be aloof. Like he's so sweet.
Yes.
But he can be aloof where like you might have freaked him out, but instead of actually leaving, he'll just sit and ignore you. He's very emotional. It's pretty nuts.
That's very funny. Would you say that your dog has taken on traits of you?
Yes, 100%. But I've had plenty of people be like, he's so zen, you're so, like Meatball or Big Dipper was like, you're so, you say you're like neurotic and chaotic in your head, but you present with such a calm demeanor. And I'm like, I don't feel that way. But honestly, like, he is a very emotional dog who appears zen, but like in private, I see him get really upset with separation anxiety.
Oh.
Like, I see the real Moses.
Mm-hmm. My dog, Clyde, does not bother me in the morning to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
He sleeps as long as I sleep.
Yep.
When I wake up, he then gets excited.
So does Mo.
With my partner, I don't like to, but I bother him a lot.
Sure.
Because I want attention.
Of course.
I'll be like, I have something funny to say.
Of course you do.
Excuse me. And Clyde is the same way. He'll be like, excuse me, something funny is happening. Would you like to throw my toy and watch me get it? Yeah, I really feel like animals take on the persona of their owners.
I think so. But he doesn't even like, there's no rush. When I get up, he's not like, oh, let's go take a walk. Let's go to the bathroom. He literally just like will lay and slay, but he will just hang until it's time. Like he really is he is like this all the time. So I got him certified as a therapy dog at the children's hospital.
Oh, Wait, that's
because
so
why not?
sweet.
But why not?
And then do you take him to the children's hospital?
I do,
And
yeah.
the kids get to pet him?
Yes.
Oh,
But he's like made for the job where there's like they have to do it's a lot of bureaucracy. It's
Yeah.
a lot of testing and preparing online. But then when it comes to the actual test with Moses, he's completely unflappable, so he passes with flying colors.
oh,
I'm so proud of
so
him.
fucking sweet.
Isn't it?
Yes.
And like, why don't I have a boyfriend when I do? Like, where's
so you're
my boyfriend?
single right now?
Yes, I would love. I mean, all I want is that meet cute. That's all I want.
So you don't want to meet. So you're not on the apps?
I'm on the app. Well, I'm not on like Tinder or Hinge.
Okay.
I can't do them. I can't do it.
Which one are you on?
Just like the hookup apps where there is room to meet somebody,
Yes.
But like for like actual dating, Nicole, when I tell you, I keep an album on my phone of screenshots.
Yes.
Because there is a phenomenon among gay men. I don't know if it's LA. I don't know if it's just Hinge.
Yeah.
The amount of gay guys who have a hot take to offer about whether pineapples belong on pizza is mind.
That I read
boggling.
about that where it was like a thing. It never happened to me.
I don't know I don't know why it's
okay.
I think I'm like, is this like a body dysmorphic thing? Because there are guys who are like, jacked or whatever, and they're just like, I'm all about the pizza. They're like, pizza, tacos, donuts. And I'm like, no, you're not. But no, you're not.
You're lying to me.
You're absolutely lying. But the pineapples on pizza, I mean, I must have from when I was on Hinge, at least over a dozen.
Really?
Isn't that strange?
That is so strange because as a fat, the salty sweet combination is not revolutionary.
Of course not. But neither me either. I'm just like, who would think of that? Why would that be front of mind? And not only front of mind, but you'd like put it into your limited amount of prompts. I genuinely, I'm like,
oh, it's in the prompt.
No, it's what so many guys answer as their answer to the prompt is.
Oh, I see.
Don't ask me about it, or ask me about my feelings or like my hot take. And I'm like, about pizza?
That's funny. I would take it a step further and be like, don't ask me about ham and vanilla ice cream and pound cake because that's one of the best combinations. That's a true fact. But I'm like letting you know.
But wouldn't you? But that's an interesting answer. Like that's fascinating. And so when you get a glimmer of like somebody who's a little different or weird, I would get too involved.
I think what you're discovering is this is a mean thing to say. My friend Tessa hates it. A lot of people are NPCs.
NPC.
A non-playable character. It's what the kids are calling boring people.
Oh, wow. NPCs. Oh.
It's one of the meanest things when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, where it's like Lara Croft. I've never played it. And then I don't know if there's other people in it.
In Lara Croft?
Yeah, there are other people in it.
I don't know.
Grand Theft
there
Auto.
are villains, in Tomb Raider, yeah.
But is it the villains matter? Grand Theft Auto is a better example,
Okay, yeah.
where it's like you're driving a car and you can like kill a sex worker
sure,
or like a just a person on the side of the street or whatever.
Yes,
it's like that's a non-playable character.
But also, do you feel like the weirdest version of like reference for non-playable characters is The Office? Like, when did that become like the show is so funny?
Yes,
and like I think anybody can recognize how funny it is, but it's become so mainstream that it feels like it's like the mugs are for NPCs, and I'm like, but the show's really good. I'm so confused by that.
I think it's because it plays to so many people that it's become like generic almost.
Yeah.
Like it's very funny, but it's generic funny that it's universally funny.
Yes.
And everything now is niche funny.
Everything now is niche funny. Yes.
But I wish we would go back to the era of The Office and put interesting people. Like, I don't want to see people with veneers.
No.
In like normal settings. Like, I don't want to see a period piece where it's like, so you found Botox on the prairie?
Oh, I mean, honestly, like, I can't really do reality TV. And I say that, I mean, really, like, it's not me being with an inferiority complex. I just have trouble. I appreciate so deeply early reality TV with regular teeth, regular skin, no glam team, like Countess Luann in like a coral, scoop neck or something. Like, give me that.
Yes.
But now everybody's got veneers. They all have the same face.
Yes.
And they're acting.
Yes.
They're acting reality.
Which is
And
wild.
But why? And then people are into it, and it honestly boggles my mind because I'm like, but if you know they're acting and they know they're acting, I guess do you just kind of suspend disbelief?
You know what's interesting? I feel like that's a trickle down effect to the pineapple on pizza thing, where it's like everyone is trying to reference the same things, not seem too weird, but like also seem a little quirky.
Well, and I think that's very millennial.
Yeah.
Like, we are guilty of that. Like that moment when, TBT.
I did a thing.
All the feels.
Adulting is so terrible.
Oh God, it's the worst.
We're
we
awful.
are the worst.
We're awful.
We're the worst.
I was talking to somebody, but I can't remember who, but do you remember when mustaches were a thing?
Oh, sure. Like handlebar-y, like.
No, so like people did have them, but then there was the tattoo.
This.
There was the glasses with like a hanging mustache. There was t-shirts with mustaches.
I mean,
why did we love mustaches so much?
I mean, I've been looking at, I really am obsessed with, it's called Indie Sleaze. It's on Instagram, and it's like an account that basically reposts photos from the early aughts.
Yes.
Handlebar mustaches,
yes.
American apparel, everything.
Yes.
Like the sort of sapphic shag.
Yes.
The emo haircut.
I kind of miss it.
I kind of miss it too, but it's wild to look at because it's like, because at some point it all veered so far into like ironic that it then went bland.
Yeah.
Almost ugly.
Very ugly. Well, normcore was like a thing.
Yes.
Do you think culture has veered that way? Okay, so I like read this thing that was like men's fashion has been like the whimsy and fun of it has been taken away.
Yeah.
Because men didn't want to be seen as gay or whatever. So like it flattened out. Do you think like I don't know, like transphobia, like maybe that's flattened out? Like maybe menswear just never came back.
I just don't think anybody really I don't think people care enough.
Maybe.
Oh, you mean menswear as in like...
I don't know. I was trying to make a really cool point and it just didn't happen.
I just don't... I'm always fascinated by like what straight guys wear. Because I'm doing like... I do short shorts and these loafers, whatever. So it's like a hint of something interesting. Yeah. But I can't go full gay where it's like now this sort of... Avril, Billie Eilish, like Jankos.
Yes.
I can't do that because that would be silly and unflattering. But gay guys always, I think we tend to trying to live in looking flattering. Yeah. Having that sexual appeal because that's our currency. But I'm fascinated by like what straight guys choose to wear because when they do wear shorter shorts and they've adopted that, I'm like, I'm obsessed. I love that for you. I love that for me. And I love that for you. And I'm proud of you.
The nice man in my life wears what inseam is that?
Oh, these are probably 4 inches.
I think he does a 5 or a 6 inseam.
Okay.
And I was like, summer rolled around and I was like, oh, I thought I was going to have to teach you.
Yes.
I thought, because my dad used to wear like shorter shorts and I was always like, he looks great. And then I'd see other dads and I'd be like, why do they look so sloppy?
Well, yeah, my dad, he dresses nicely, but he wears, it is funny because at a certain point it's like, are you wearing capri pants? Like, are you wearing like Bermuda shorts?
Are you wearing a culotte? What's going on there? I do love a culotte.
Love a culotte.
A flowy culotte. Oh my God. Wait, Elliot, we should take a break.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but I have a terrible habit of sitting on my couch, doom scrolling on my phone when I know I have chores that need to be done. Doing the dishes and folding laundry is just so boring. But lately, I found the absolute best way to actually get things done around the house. And that is by pairing it with a story on Audible. Listening lets you multitask and completely enriches your time. You can put on some amazing comedy or a self-help book to learn a new skill. I actually save certain audiobooks just for when I'm doing chores, and it has genuinely made me start looking forward to cleaning. Right now, I recommend checking out Keke Palmer's Southern Belle Insult series. Keke is an absolute icon. She voices this fun, unapologetic character who drops the most hilarious burns, and amazing life advice. It will instantly boost your mood. Or if you want a romance, I recommend checking out Rachel Reed's The Long Game, the sequel to Heated Rivalry. It's a steamy listen that'll make you blush. Find your next story on Audible. Audible, stories that speak to you. New members can start listening with a 30-day free trial at audible.com/dateme. I pay all of my guests to be on this show, but sometimes they request to donate their fee instead. And do you know the number one place they ask to donate to? Planned Parenthood. And for good reason. These health centers provide essential sexual and reproductive health care to people who need it the most. They're out there every single day offering affordable birth control, life-saving cancer screenings, and STI testing so people can safely take care of their bodies and plan their futures on their own terms. But right now, there is a push in Congress to extend the defunding of Planned Parenthood permanently. And we talk a lot about how messy dating is, but you know what makes dating infinitely harder and way more stressful for everyone? Shutting down access to this exact kind of care. But Planned Parenthood is absolutely not backing down. They're still showing up for their patients every single day, making sure everyone can get the life-saving and life-changing sexual and reproductive health care they need. Planned Parenthood needs your help in this fight right now. No matter the size, your donation makes a real difference to protect access to care and push back against the members of Congress trying to shut these centers down. Don't let them get away with this. Go to plannedparenthood.org/defend and give today. So the entire premise of this podcast started as a way for me to learn why I was so single for literally hundreds of episodes. I have shared every messy, wild dating story with all of you, but look at me now. I found the absolute sweetest, nicest man in the world and literally owe it all to Hinge for introducing him to me. Hinge is the dating app designed to be what? Deleted. It's genuinely built for finding connection and dating with intention. Setting up my profile felt totally different. I could actually share who I am and have meaningful conversations just like right out of the gate. I think the thing that sets Hinge apart from other dating apps is the prompts. I love those prompts. One of them was, who would you invite to dinner? And I think that's just it is a simple question, but it's time to get creative. Who would you invite to dinner? George Washington? And ask him some questions about his teeth, that would be interesting. Or maybe you invite Nosferatus and he comes and he's all wild and stuff. Now that I'm off the market, I am completely invested in my single friends' love lives. And that's why I love Hinge's new feature, Friends Take. Your besties can now hype you up directly on your profile. This app worked for me. It can work for you. If you're looking to find a nice person in your life and get off the dating market, give it a try. Download Hinge today. And we're back, Elliot. When was your last date?
Well, Nicole.
Yes.
I put myself out there this week.
Okay.
By trying to go on I used a new app that was delivered to me on Instagram in the feed that was like, we set up group activities for gay guys at a dinner. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. Like, it's
it's a dinner where everyone's a stranger.
Yeah.
So you're like forced to kind of talk to different people.
Correct.
Okay.
And I'm like, I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Is it uncomfortable? Yes, it will be. But I'm going to push myself to do this because I want some semblance of an organic meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there were supposed to be 6 of us. Then there were 4 of us. Then there were 3 of us.
Oh, no.
And then last night at the restaurant, the last guy said, like, I got caught up or something, which I'm also just like, is this AI?
Oh, no.
Is this a trick? But there was one guy left. And so it went from being a casual group thing to a date.
Yes.
And that was this week. And that was rough. He was wasted by the time I got there.
Oh, no.
And he was really hungry, I guess. Like, did not leave me anything. He housed the bread at an Italian restaurant. Didn't leave me anything. And when he wanted, he wrote down what he wanted on his phone before I got there.
What he wanted to eat?
Yes.
He was that drunk. He was like, I'm gonna forget what I want to eat.
I think so. And he really wanted this one appetizer. And when he was so like impatient and rude to this that I was trying to like give the waiter, signs that like, I don't know him. I don't know him. I'm not with him. And he just they didn't have the one appetizer he wanted, and he got so mad. And he berated the waiter, and it was so uncomfortable. And then it only got so much worse from there. It got so much worse.
May I hear about it?
Yeah. I have to like take a drink.
Oh, no.
He got so bad.
Oh, no.
He was like, do you know what Jubilee is? And I was like,
the internet?
The internet thing? He's like, yeah, what do you think of Jubilee? And I was like, I don't know. I don't think I understand the point. Everybody wants to debate. And I guess I can understand the idea that this whole channel is based around like long form debate about topics. I can understand that. But to me, something about it seems like gross and like toxic and not helpful. And he was like, well, I'm a Jubilee celebrity, or like I'm a Jubilee star. And I was like, okay, why would you set me up to insult? Okay.
On what side though?
Well, on the progressive side.
Oh, okay.
But he was like, yeah. He's like, I've been on a bunch of times. I'm like, okay. And he's like, I proved that Piers Morgan has no empathy. And I was like, yeah.
I didn't know that. I think he would have told us that.
He does that. Yes. I'm like, I don't think you need to prove anything.
I think if you asked him, he'd be like, no.
Yep, that's okay. And he did. He was like, I watched the video, and Piers was like, the last thing I want to do is acquire empathy. It's like, okay. Well, he said that aloud. And by the way, for better or worse, he's allowed to think that.
Yes.
He's allowed. You can't force somebody to be
empathy.
empathetic. Exactly.
No.
And so, but this guy is a Jubilee guy.
He's a Jubilee celebrity.
He's a Jubilee celebrity.
Oh,
and he
my
told me,
God.
then guess what his job is?
What?
Therapist. Therapist.
I believe the children are the future. That is so wild.
Yes, and it only got worse from there. Because I don't know how he got to this. I don't know how he started describing stuff as ghetto. And I was like, I don't know what to do here. Like I didn't know what to do. And that's when I was like, that's when I started poking the bear. Because I was like, what do you mean by ghetto? I don't think I've heard anybody say that since like I was a teenager in like Caucasia, And he's like describing. He was saying everything that basically shy of what you knew he was saying. You know what I'm saying? Like where he lived, who he was surrounded by, and I was just like, "That's code. You're using code." Then he went beyond using code because somehow, and this was not my choice. We got to Israel, and I was like, "Uh-oh," and he was like, "Oh," because he asked me what background I am. And I was like, well, I'm Jewish, New York.
This is interesting. He speaks in Jubilee. He's like leading the witness to get to the point he wants to make.
Drunken Jubilee / bad therapy.
Oh my God.
But when we got to Israel and I said that I'm like pro, Palestine and like I'm not down with I'm repulsed by what Israel has done under Netanyahu and the way that it has made Jews look. It's completely complicated things for Jews who have empathy and who want to see Palestinian freedom and to not see a genocide. Like I don't need to explain it to you. You know what I'm saying? It's all horrendous. And this man then started to berate me about my views and talk about and started talking about Muslims and Islam. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. And he was like, he was drunk, but still he was saying unrepeatable things.
Oh no.
And my jaw dropped. And he's sitting there drunkenly eating and telling me what's wrong with Muslims, and don't I sound ignorant as a Jew who it was wild. It like went off the rails. And you know what? If this thing had actually worked and there would be 3 other people there, I wouldn't have been so freaked out, I think. Yeah. There would be other people to bounce it off of. But I was stuck watching this man who looks remarkably, eerily like Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC. I was looking at Chris. It was just so odd. It was like I was looking and talking to Chris.
It's like the substance happened.
Yes.
And like young Chris Kirkpatrick is just this awful, awful person.
It was
It
crazy.
explains why he had those braids.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, he was.
Elliot, I'm so sorry. That is so wild. And it's one of those things where I've been on dates. I've also just been in conversations with people where I'm like, I actually can't believe this is happening.
I couldn't believe it.
Where you kind of freeze and you're like,
froze.
I can't move. I can't leave.
I couldn't. I was thinking, like, do I leave? Like, do I leave now? You know? And how fast do I get the waiter over? I couldn't figure out the logistics of it.
Yeah.
And it was. Yeah. I froze. I tried to. Then I had to decide and like sort of deduce in my head whether or not I engage in this conversation because A, he's drunk.
Yes.
B, he's so. I mean, his language was, the rhetoric he was using was jaw-droppingly cruel and stupid
it's
and
also
ill-informed.
Like, even if you engaged in the conversation, it's the same thing with Jubilee.
Yes.
Engaging with the conversation does not change anyone's opinion.
Exactly. You're not doing anything.
No, you're just arguing for the sake of arguing.
Correct.
And it's like, if you said, hey, that's a little offensive, it's not like he'd be like, oh, I guess I'll never say that again.
Or
it's like, no, I went on a date with this guy and he's saying that this is wrong, and then he's saying it to like his little choir that's preaching back to him. And it's like, it's so wild.
Well, then you tack on the irony of him. I mean, he's sort of on Jubilee, he's like trying to prove to Piers Morgan that gender is a spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
And Piers wins. Piers, and I'm like, I'm not rooting for Piers, but Piers wins immediately because the guy's a therapist.
Yeah.
And he's so racist. And I was like, so have you ever, I mean, I wanted to get to the root of this. And I was like, have you dated a Muslim or a Middle Eastern person? He was like, he goes, yes. He goes, and we fought about this. And I'm like, I think you would. I think you would fight about this because you are saying the most unrepentantly racist things about Muslims. I mean, I don't even want to say the things that he said because they were jaw-dropping. Like, jaw-dropping to the point where I was genuinely like, do I leave? Like,
we can edit this out. Can I just hear it?
Yeah. He was like,
oh my God.
I was like, you are a monster.
It's really wild because it seems like this person is presenting as like a progressive or like a leftist.
He told me, he said to me,
That's so funny. He's not presenting, he said it
to me.
I'm
a progressive socialist communist. And I'm like, those don't.
Sounds like shit's not adding up. Sounds like he's that meme lady where the numbers are floating in the air.
I love
and he's
her.
like, I don't know.
Her. Yeah, he said that's what he's saying. And then in the next breath, he is saying some of the most racist things I've ever heard in my life.
Elliot, God bless. I would give up for a while.
Yo, and I really
Me personally,
had.
I'd be like, well, and that's a wrap for a little bit.
I could have. Honestly, I wanted to leave. But honestly, he was eating food so quickly that I was like, it's not going to be that much longer because we got the food and they barely put it in front of his plate and he goes, it's so much smaller than I thought. I definitely have to get dessert. And I was like, okay. But then as soon as it was in a skillet and he started eating immediately and goes, oh, he's like, oh my God, it's so hot. And I was like, yes, it is. That's why you don't.
I've been guilty of that, though.
I mean, we all have at some point, but it was like a hot skillet of pasta.
Yes. Oh.
With cheese on it. So, of course, it's going to be scalding hot. And he's like, oh! like a violent reaction. I couldn't. This man
is a clown.
He didn't even, I swear to you, I was like, there is silverware next to you in a napkin. Either he was so drunk or rushing that he didn't use silverware. He scooped everything up with bread. And he ate all the bread. He ate all the fresh bread. And
He ate all the fresh bread. He ate all the fresh bread.
And the appetizer that he didn't want, that he wanted.
Wait, tell me his order. What was his order?
His order?
Yeah. So he got a bunch of bread.
Well, we got the bread for the table. I got a tiny piece and he wolfed the rest. I would have loved to have a little bit more, but okay. And then he really wanted this appetizer that I think is like sort of like an arancini, like a rice ball kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, sure, it sounds good. He's like, will you split it with me? I'm like, sure, you know? And also before we even started the food, he was like, we should go to a bar after this. And I was like,
oh no.
No, we'll figure that out later. But he wanted this appetizer and he didn't have it. And he got very mad. I was very rude to the waiter. And then after enough time when we ordered dinner, he ordered that appetizer. And the waiter was like, we don't, both of us were like, they don't have it.
So he thought enough time had passed, he had gone to the store and gotten the ingredients?
I have no idea, but he got like a pasta, like a sort of a fettuccine Alfredo type pasta. And I got like spaghetti and I ordered a side of meatball just to do like the classic. And I could tell that he wanted to try mine, but no, I'm not sharing food.
Dying.
I'm not sharing food with you. It was, and by the way, I told you when the skillet came, he goes, this is so loud. This is so small. I'm definitely getting dessert. I was like, please keep your voice down.
Wait, what did he end up getting for dessert?
Creme brulee.
Okay.
But before they could take his plate away, before they could give us the dessert menu, he was like, he knew what he wanted and ordered it. And I was like, this is wild, you know?
Yeah. I mean, on a first date, you at least try to mask that you're not a monster.
Well, I mean, even that, it's like, even that alone, I have my own, body dysmorphia issues. Mm-hmm. But even that aside, from wanting to, me being like, I'm demure, dessert, maybe, perhaps if I see the menu. But he was the polar opposite and was like, and it was, he even said like he is a therapist. And he starts talking about the clients that he sees. Oh, God. And I was like, I love therapy. I've been with my therapist for a long time. And I go see a gay therapist because I think it puts me more at ease. I can talk freely about things. I was like, do you see mostly gay clients? He's like, no, I don't want to. Yeah. He's like, gay guys are terrible. And I'm like, okay. He's like, I mostly see straight men because they feel comfortable with me. And he said, honestly, even if they see me because they want a pretty face to look at, it's okay. And I was like, I almost said, can you repeat that?
Here's the best part. We can look at who he is. And I'm going to. And everything he has said has been so. How long did this date last?
Too long. I think it might have been an hour, but it felt like 4 or 5. It felt like 4 or 5.
Did he reach out after the date?
No, I literally deleted the app immediately. And I've written them. I told Karen, I was like, I wrote the company and was like, we need to talk because you plan a 5-6 person dinner, comes a date, that's awkward.
Yes.
It sets up a strange new boundary, a strange new set of standards.
Yeah.
And I was set up with a deeply racist, narcissist. I've never met anybody
like a sociopath.
Like this. I've never
maybe shouldn't be a therapist, shouldn't be practicing.
Agreed. I mean, I couldn't imagine I could not imagine him as a therapist.
No.
He was so again, he was drunk, but that doesn't really give.
I feel like that's like true colors. People's true colors come out when they're drunk.
Totally. I mean, he was sort of genuinely trying to berate me for being a Jewish person who, I don't know, feels like he's on the right side of history. On the right side of history
whatever.
I'm like, what? I need to know what made you in particular.
Because he wasn't Jewish, right?
No, although he said, oof, he was like, I am German. And he's like, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some. Now, here's what he said. He said, how Jews used to not be included in the survey? And I'm like, in the, what do you mean in the survey?
Like in the census?
And I was like, the census? He's like, yeah, the census. He's like, I think that because of that, I might have some Ashkenazi in me. And I was like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. I don't know if that's true. The way he was talking about the Quran was also.
Oh my God. The juice is loose. We got to lock him up. Lock him up.
a wild
Oh
ride.
my God. I have to say, God bless. I'm so sorry.
I don't think, and honestly, at the end of the day, there's a little pang of nerves that like people are going to listen and like try to find him online. I don't think he knew my name. I don't think he got to know my name. I could swear to you that like he was just in his world where like I don't think he wanted to or needed to get my name, which was fine by me. I prefer it that way.
So insane. I cannot imagine sitting across from somebody and not like I've, been on a date where I'm like, fuck, what is your name again?
Yes, of course.
Real quick, we have to take another break. This podcast is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting a fun side hustle or scaling a full business, they give you everything you need to claim your domain, showcase your offerings, and get paid all in one place. One listener actually emailed the show with the website they built their new tarot card reading business on, which they use to help people figure out their messy dating lives. I loved it. It was completely gorgeous. With Squarespace and their collection of cutting-edge design tools, anyone can build a beautiful online presence. You can start with their blueprint tool, which is like having a design partner by your side. Or you can choose from a massive library of professionally designed templates. It has intuitive drag and drop editing, so you don't need to know a single thing about coding to make something that looks stunning. Squarespace gives you everything you need to offer your services. You can streamline your workflow with their built-in appointment scheduling, so clients can just go to the site, pick a time to meet, and pay right there. You get paid on time with professional online payments. Go build your next business with Squarespace. Head to squarespace.com/dateme for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code DATEME to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Navigating dating and life can be a lot. My brain goes like a million miles a minute with my ADHD, and having a neutral person to talk to makes a huge difference. Therapy is a wonderful tool for getting your thoughts in order. I have talked about BetterHelp a lot on this show, but we should really talk about how much people actually love using it. You can visit betterhelp.com/reviews to see amazing customer feedback in real time. Hundreds of people post every day about how helpful the service has been to them. BetterHelp has an average live therapy session rating of 4.9 out of 5 based on over 1.7 million client session reviews. More than 6 million people have used BetterHelp globally, and the feedback from real users speaks for itself. Their therapists have at least 3 years and 1,000 hours of hands-on experience across a range of mental health specialties. To get started, you answer a few questions, get matched with a therapist based on your needs. Plus, you can switch therapists at any time if it's not the perfect fit for you, which is super important. Finding a therapist is kind of like dating. You got to see if you vibe. See the reviews, see what stands out, and see if BetterHelp is right for you. Visit betterhelp.com/dateme. That's betterhelp.com/dateme. I'm heading to San Diego for a wedding this year, and I can't wait to sit by the ocean, soak up the sun, and celebrate love. I'm bringing the nice man in my life, and we're traveling with a few friends to make it a whole vacation. When we travel, we know that booking a stay on Airbnb just makes for a better trip. It's so fun to look at all the cool, unique homes available, and we found this amazing, huge house right across from the beach. It has 5 bedrooms, a massive backyard with a private pool, a hot tub, and a built-in barbecue. It gives us way more space and more privacy than we could get anywhere else. It has a nice big kitchen, so nobody will have to bump booties while we're all trying to make our morning coffee at the exact same time. This place even has a karaoke machine, and I can't wait to scream sing both parts of Take Me or Leave Me from Rent. I'm so excited for this trip. When you are planning your next getaway, do yourself a favor and check out Airbnb. You can find a unique place that will elevate your entire trip. Go see what's out there and book a space that makes your trip unforgettable. What are you looking for in a partner?
Oh, what a good question. Well, I think I would say I used to be looking for a sort of heteronormative checklist.
Okay.
And like I would rush every relationship, no matter how big or small, toward being like, meet the parents. I mean, you're like really so in that place.
Yes.
And then after my last breakup, it really changed the like lining for me and the blueprint of, and so it's fully the opposite now.
Okay.
Where I'm like, I don't care who you are. I don't care where you live.
Mm-hmm.
I just want somebody who I can feel companionship with, but also a comfort in being like, I need alone time.
Okay.
And somebody who's just, I mean, honestly, I just need to be intellectually challenged. And that sounds so snobby, but I feel like maybe in LA, that's been harder.
Sure, I get that.
You know, I had a very NP, what were you saying?
NPC.
A very NPC boyfriend during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of let the sort of like smooth brain of it all go. I let it go to the wayside because I'm like, you're really hot. You're really sweet. So your taste in movies is childish.
What was one of his favorite movies?
It wasn't like but he was like, let's like watch a movie. Let's like watch Deadpool. And I'm like, I don't want to watch Deadpool. You know, where he's like,
Yeah.
There was one time where he was like, I really want to see the remake of The Witches with Anne Hathaway. And I'm like, I don't.
Fair.
But I'm not going to not sit through it. You know, it's just like, I don't, you know, I don't want to, but there's compromises, you know? And again, I'm no genius. I'm just like, I know, and I'm sure you would agree. I would say we are spoiled to have comedy, drama, writers, to have people who kind of have to think about the human condition for a living.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it hard for me to find someone else who is in that space because I don't quite, you know, I don't know why. I don't know if it's like an intellectual thing, which is why I think about like New York or like college town. Like, I mean, I'm kind of just like, I think my like hero, my like twin flame lives in like Boulder or Great Barrington, or maybe like quietly in like Boise, you know, or Wichita.
Well, so you're not on the dating apps. You're just on the hookup apps.
I'm trying to wait to meet somebody in real life.
Okay.
Whether through a setup, a blind date.
But are you doing the work? Are you going out?
A little bit, yeah. I could be more proactive about it. You're not wrong. I mean, I try.
Well,
but you're right. I'm not doing enough.
But is it just bars you're going to?
Well, I've gone to a couple of like mixers. Like a speed dating event that I left early because it gave me a true panic attack.
What if you went to the Broad? What if you went to like a museum with like one other friend and then like just chatted up somebody?
That's a good idea.
Or like, I don't know, if you like go to a movie and like bump into somebody. I don't know.
I get so nervous. Like even last week I was with a couple of friends. Oh yeah, I was with Trixie. She was DJing and there was this guy there who I was like, I couldn't stop looking at him. Like he looked like a twinky, hot version of Jack Hanna, the like animal trainer. Like he was dressed like he was like on safari. He was like on talk shows and stuff when we were kids. He was the guy with the animals. He dressed like a zoologist, you know? And I couldn't close my mouth. I thought he was so cute. And then H. Allen, everybody I was with was like, go say hi. Or I'll go introduce. And I can't bring myself to do that.
What if you did? Okay, so like, I remember I was out with my friend Evan and somebody slipped him a note that said, Hola. And I read it and I was like, holla? What a weird. And he was like, Nicole, he looked up Spanish to
sure,
like,
of course.
It said hola. And I was like, oh no. But his number was on it. And then Evan, I believe, called him and then they like hooked up or whatever.
Absolutely.
But like, I don't know, maybe you start carrying Post-its.
I don't think you're wrong. And I think I need to be more bold. I will tell you too that every week, like when I talk to my parents, you know, pretty often, my mom goes, she tries to like casually sprinkle it in. She goes, so have you gone on any dates? And I'm like, no. She goes, do you want to? And I'm like, I think you want me to. But also at the same time, like an aunt set me up on like a blind date a few years ago.
And how did that go?
Well, I don't think it actually came to fruition. But at the time I was like, well, let me see I'm just curious what he looks like. And my aunt was like, no, that's not a blind date. I'm like, but I just want to know, you know?
Just show this person to me.
So my mom my aunt emailed my mom showed me and I went, oh, he's cute. He's not my usual type, but like he's cute. My mom goes, not your usual type. You know what? You want to be alone? Be alone. You're a fucking asshole. See what I care. That's her response. You want to be alone? Be alone. See what I care. Go fuck yourself.
Oh my God. My parents are famously dead.
Yes.
So I've been like hearing more and more about adult relationships with parents.
Yes.
And you're laughing about that.
Oh,
but
yes.
I'm like, that's so mean.
Oh no. I mean, it's just there are no boundaries,
Yes.
and my mom cannot really modulate her
Yes.
feelings. So but it's also like that's our family. Like
Yes.
there's a barrierless Jewish openness
Yes.
about everything. And so my mom's response inherently to everything about dating is essentially projecting that I'm doing her wrong by not being
in a relationship.
Exactly. Yes.
Which is just so wild to me.
You want to be alone? Be alone. See what I care. It's like, well, I do see what you care. Clearly you care.
You care immensely
lot.
and deeply.
A lot and deeply.
Elliot, tell me about your book.
Oh, thank you. Yes, it's called The Terrible.
Thank you,
for
yes.
that. It's called The Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Gay.
Yes.
And propped up behind me. It's a collection of funny essays about failing at being gay. It's all memoir style from youth up until now, and how I just kind of I tend to do it wrong at every turn.
And what do you mean by that? Because I feel like you're being a great gay.
Yeah.
You've got a body, yada, yada. I see it on Instagram.
It's so weird how it's just, and I'm not, this is just, it's so weird how the algorithm works, and that I was like, I have to post thirst traps to liven up book sales or get more eyes.
Yeah.
And then it bleeds immediately into real life where people are like, I saw that. Like, I get hit on. It's like, it's just crazy how the worlds have blurred between social media and real life. But anyway, no, I don't like the title is certainly like facetious to a degree, you know?
Well, it's a take on Alexander's no good, very big, horrible, nasty ass day.
Exactly. That's right. Same cover too. No, I definitely do. Like, you know, I love like Drag Race. I love butts. I love I don't know, like a small handful of musicals.
Okay.
A very small handful, but they can be joyous, you know?
Okay.
But in so many other ways, I'm just like, it's more along the lines of feeling like I missed the first day of class. And so for 20 plus years, I've been like picking up clues along the way, being like, I didn't know we'd do that. I didn't know we sniffed that. I mean, like, just learning these things. And it's not, it used to be, I mean, I used to be more of like a brat about it, where I would be judgmental or angry or frustrated and project my own issues about it. Now, as I'm older, I just kind of, I just observe it, you know? And I think that's the book too. It's not really meant from a place of feeling angry. It's more about being like left out to a degree, but like tickled by it and trying to have some autonomy around it without making it anybody else's problem. But yeah, it's a lot of just like, I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know.
That's such a treat. I like that. What's one of the things that you didn't know?
Well, I talk about like my first boyfriend, I call a professional. He was a professional gay.
Yes.
Like he was just good at it. He and his friends were good at it. And so he was the one who taught me about like moisturizer. I had no idea. Like,
okay.
I had no idea. He was like, what's your face wash? And I'm like, soap? Soap? And he's like, well, what are you moisturizing with? I was like, what are you talking? Like, I thought that was for like white ladies in movie, you know, at night when they're like Meryl Streep is like talking or whatever. I thought moisturizers for like white ladies in like, you know, Nancy Meyers movies.
Wait, this is so funny to me that you would like watch like a Nancy Meyers movie or watch like a Meryl Streep movie and be like, that's for Meryl. Where I feel like the quintessential gay thing is to be like, well, if it's good enough for Meryl, it's for me.
Of course, but that's the disconnect where I'm like, where I can enjoy it, but not think, oh, I should mirror this. I should take this on, you know? And so I mean, with my first boyfriend, he's like, we need no more no more boot cut.
Yes.
We're done with boot cut jeans.
Oh,
and I was like, but they have an hour. He's like, stop.
They have an hourglass.
He's like, stop. They don't.
I'm like a Coke can.
He's like, that's not what we want. You know, everyone had moved to skinny jeans at that point. So he also introduced me to like, you know, like Drag Race, which I was like, it's not for me. He's like, you're being a bitch. Like, you're being a bitch. I was like, no, it's not for me. And he's like, I promise you, you're going to love it. And then I got in very quickly.
Yes.
But again, it's just all these like cultural markers that I just didn't know about, hadn't thought about it.
Fair. And I actually kind of love that. Like, I think it's really interesting because, you're not a monolith.
No.
I'm sure like this book, someone's going to read it and be like, oh my God, I have felt the same way my whole life. I feel very seen.
That's my goal. Is like, I want the book to be funny and I want it to make you laugh. And I think that I've been able to, achieve that, and that I, understood the assignment that way. But I also like to say that I hope I wrote it for like the 20-year-old me who would have benefited from hearing people say it's hard, it's weird, it's not perfect. Like, it's fun. And like, you get this freedom, but like, there is also a clickiness. There is like a sort of homonormative way of being that, like, if you're like me and you don't get it right away, yes, initially you might blame other people for being like, why not me? But like, I'm my own person. So I've had to figure it out. Like, it's nobody else's fault. Nobody owes me an answer, but I want other people, queer, not queer, women. I want them to, I like the idea that in reading the book, they can feel a sense of kinship in the idea that like, yeah, I don't get it right either. I did my sister's podcast, and there's a clip where I was talking about how I'm never invited on these like big gay vacations. I always see like years ago, our family was in the Bahamas for the holidays. And I was like, Alana, look at, like, I was showing her like our friends. I'm like, why are all these gay guys in, what's Puerto Vallarta? I was like, where? I genuinely was like, where is this?
Wait, Elliot, I'm dying.
I literally was like, I thought it was like a resort somewhere.
Yes.
You
had no idea that Puerto Vallarta had become like the gay Mecca in Mexico.
Completely ignorant to it, because how would I know? I'd never been invited. Like, I just was like, what is... I thought there might be some sort of convention. I had no idea. And we were kind of trying to figure out, but now, so years later, I'm on my sister's podcast and talking about that, like reminiscing about that moment. And I was saying how it's like, I don't necessarily want to go in I don't have like a big gay group of friends who are all the same and but I'd like to be asked.
To be invited.
I just want to be invited.
Nice.
I don't want to go, but I want to be invited,
That's how I feel a lot of times. I'm
yes.
like, it'd be nice to be invited.
But like, that to me is like, that's the crux of the book, is allowing yourself to voice how expressing your outsiderness, your otherness, your aloofness within your minority is okay. And that's that. I mean, honestly, when you asked at the beginning, like, what do I want in a partner? I want a partner who can be like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get this. And that's okay. And so to your point though, when I said that on Alana's podcast, it was clipped, for like social, and the litany of guys and women and non-binary people going like, oh my God, I feel seen. Oh my God. Like, it was so cathartic, because I feel like there's an inability to want to show that vulnerability.
Yes.
And just because of the person that I am, I've always been like banging down the door to get people to also mirror that, like, it's not easy, and like, it's, things are not easy, and like, let's talk about it. Like, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
That's all I want. But I feel like when you're gay and you have to come up in some semblance of insecurity or hiding, I think you probably get to a point where it's like, you don't necessarily want to be vulnerable. That's got to be hard.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it says about me, but like, I'm like, let's do it, guys. Let's do it.
Well, I think there's something to being vulnerable, being authentic, being honest. Like, I think it's so strange that like the whole trad wife of it all has like become popular, because it feels so inauthentic to me. To be like, I stay home, I take care of the kids, I don't have a job. I'm like, no, I'm watching your job.
Yes.
I'm like actually watching you make money, actively make money.
Correct.
And I kind of feel the same way as you when I say it loosely, wrote my book, because it's mostly just pictures. But I was like, I hope a fat woman who felt bad about her body sees it and goes, oh, wait, this isn't disgusting.
Correct.
Because I think a lot of fat people will look in the mirror and go, that's nasty. And I think a lot of gay people who feel a little bit outside of the culture feel like, am I gay enough?
Am I
like,
allowed?
Am I allowed to
Correct.
like be a little on the outside of the culture?
And it doesn't mean
you are.
And it doesn't mean you have to. Doesn't mean you necessarily have to have hatred or vitriol for everyone else. I might have had that when I was younger and more bratty and stupid, whereas now it's just observing that and yearning to help other people feel that way and to normalize it. Like normalize feeling aloof. It's okay, you know, like those situations can be tough. And I just feel like we should just talk about it more and do so more openly. But this is why I also identify with like queer women because they tend to want to over communicate and find a sisterhood, you know. And I'm like, I want that. I want like Lilith. I want like Lilith Fair. I want like Women's Center. I want a book club. I want that. I find myself just gravitating toward queer women for that reason.
Well, I do feel like gay men have it a little harder. And, you know, I'm not a gay man, so maybe I'm speaking out of turn, but it feels like men are socialized in a way to not share feelings. I tend to feel like gay men do have a little bit more feeling, but then they're taught not to share those feelings. Or as a kid, they're like taught to like be more masculine. So it's this like, I don't know, push-pull thing within them.
It's a huge push and pull.
Okay, phew,
no,
that's right.
But you're right. It's a huge push and pull, and it's like you want to support your brothers, but you also have, empathy towards like women, you know, and you're allies to women, you know, in a lot of ways. Then there's also like iconic worship of women, but then there's also making a joke of her body, and like drag can kind of get into that sort of like crunchy place too. But then I think when it comes to sharing true feelings with another man, that is hard because we're both men. We're both dumb baby. Like boys are dumb, big dumb babies. And we're so clouded by sex that it's like, it is hard to balance like hormones, you know, testosterone, coming up gay with some sense of vulnerability or secrecy, like not pining for, but like worshiping female figures, and like icons are essentially like women and drag queens.
Yes.
I think that also reflects that, there is a real, like I saw Jabuki talking about it recently on some podcast where it's like, you come out and you love everybody. And then at a certain point you're like, God, I hate these bitches. Like I hate all of them. And he's talking about the push and the pull of like wanting and belonging and yearning and feeling that freedom, but then also immediately having that, you know, the counteract of you know, resenting and feeling, you know, shamed or left out. Like it is such a push and a pull. And so, yeah, I think, you know, it's not that gay guys necessarily have it harder, but the challenge of being like big dumb boys will always be, I think, will be a really tough to navigate through because we don't have the tools for it.
Yes. That being said, how do you feel about Confessions 2?
Confessions 2 is Madonna.
This is so funny.
I literally was like, Usher?
I am dying.
Yeah, I mean, there you go.
I love this.
I was like, Usher's new album?
Love this so much.
I was
just
actually,
like in real time, you're like, what?
I was very excited. I'm like, I missed an Usher like sequel.
No, Madonna. Confessions 2 came out July 3rd.
I haven't listened. And that's not to say I don't like Madonna. I like Madonna. But I'm not that interested.
I'm dying. That is so funny to me.
like for me, you know, I'm like a Robin gay. Like saw her a few months ago at the Palladium, and it was like, oh, it's the East Side. Like that's what it is, the East Side gays.
Sure.
You know? But no, I'm more excited about like R&B singers.
Okay.
You know, like.
Well, did you hear Beyonce's new song?
Yes, I did. I like it.
I like it, but I was like, I thought we were getting rock. This can't be the beginning of Act 3. Act 3 can't be like.
But Lizzo tried to do rock, and I think that might have been part of the death knell. Like her doing, like.
Did she?
Yeah, like on her last precursor to this album that flopped, she was trying to do like rock and roll. And one of the songs was actually pretty good, but Yeah, for me, it's like I like Beyonce, but like I love Anita Baker, you know?
Okay.
And I want her new album. I love, I don't know, Jessie Ware, Cleo Sol. Like I want Erykah Badu. Those are
Okay.
my ladies.
Well, Robin is going to be in Chicago, I think in September with Peaches.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, do I fly out there?
Yeah.
Do I do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I love Peaches.
Peaches is great.
Oh my God. Do you know Peaches?
No, I don't.
She's Canadian.
Oh, cool.
So you should know her.
Mhm.
I'll look her up.
Mars, you're Canadian.
That's true.
That's true.
Peaches is great.
Oh, I don't remember when her last album came out, but I think it's like rather recent, and I was listening to it and I was like, oh man, you skip, no time passes. Like she's a person who doesn't necessarily reinvent, but builds on their sound.
Totally.
And I really fucking love that.
That's like, there's some bands from like our like collegiate era, like, I don't know, like the Scissor Sisters even.
Ugh.
Like these sort of like alt pop,
Yeah.
you know, or like Santa Gold.
Mhm.
I was going to say MIA, but
Well, she's
no.
having an interesting time.
She's not, I don't know. She's regressed, honestly.
Scissor Sisters, I Don't Feel Like Dancing came on twice a day when I worked at Lane Bryant, and I would dance each and every
I
time.
love that song.
And then Doppelganger, my improv group was Sashir and Keisha Zoller. We came out to a Santa Gold song.
Yes.
And you're like really like giving me some memories. Wait,
and Robin, I mean, that new album is fantastic.
it's great. I really, really like
fantastic.
it. Oh,
Because it gives you old Robin,
yes.
body talk Robin, but it's modernized and it's great.
I think she's another one who builds on top of
Oh,
sound.
she's brilliant.
Elliot, we have come to the end. I simply did not look at any of the notes that Lindsay did.
Oh no.
Oh my
Lindsay.
goodness. Your drama teacher spread rumors that you were gay?
Yeah, that's one of the first chapters about how you think in high school where you're like, at least for me, I was trying to vacillate between like doing theater but also coming off as like totally straight, like mumble, like kind of just like like barely enunciating, you know? So trying to walk that line of like wanting to perform but also wanting to like not get any attention, just deflect all attention.
But also, why does an adult care?
It's a great question, but this woman, she did this to everybody. She would hone in on her students' deepest insecurity and try to exploit it. And mine was, she was like, I think he's gay. And she would whisper about it to my friends. And I was it ruined me.
Lock her up.
Lock her up. She's a witch.
That's nasty.
Yeah.
I had teachers openly dislike me. And even as a kid, I was like, but you chose this job.
You did this.
Like, you did this. Like, obviously, there's going to be annoying kids.
Of course.
And I was in school in the 90s where, like, they didn't know what ADHD manifests or, like, what it looked like in little girls, even though I had the symptoms of a little boy.
Sure.
I was hyperactive, chatty.
Right.
But then also I would, like, daydream and not be able to answer. But you chose to be a teacher.
You're here. You can't resent
No.
your job.
No.
You chose it.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
She didn't resent her students. She was some sort of like, there were some fucked up mind games going on there. A yearning for youth. She didn't have kids of her own. So I think there was part of that. She was deeply inappropriate, inappropriately sexual. She was it was a real.
She's still a teacher?
No, I
Let's
think
report
she's
her.
long retired.
Good. Get out of
But
here.
I've seen her on Facebook and
Yuck.
she gives you the chills. But she's on Facebook, this like techno cemetery. You know, I mean,
Techno
I just go on to like spook myself out every now and then I'm off.
Well, Elliot, we have reached the end.
Understood. Yeah.
Do you have any advice for single people real quick?
How could I mean, oh God, I mean, it's so cliche, but I'm going to quote RuPaul. If you can't love yourself, how are you going to love somebody else?
And Stop That Train's in theaters June 12th.
My birthday. Came out of my birthday.
I just love how they ADR'd that on Drag Race. It made me laugh so hard. I do love that. I do think it's important to love yourself. Some people will say otherwise, but I'm like, no. I think you actually have to really be okay with who you are.
Even if it just means like being at peace to a degree with like what you can offer, what you want to offer, knowing your boundaries. Like it doesn't even mean you have to be in love with yourself. It's just kind of like knowing who you are and what you want and need. Like until this like last breakup, I told you I had this like checklist, you know? And then after I sort of reframed everything and I read about, you know, Judy Gold, right? The comedian. Yeah. Judy lives in an apartment building with her wife or her partner in different apartments. And I'm like, I want that.
Yeah.
I want that.
I think it's one of those things where people are like, no, that's just not how
That's not
a
how it
relationship goes. But it's like, well, why not?
Why not? And so that is the point. Like, now I know what I want and what I need. So that's my version of saying, like, if I love myself enough to know what I want, then I can find somebody else.
Yeah, it's kind of like what's the difference between like having an apartment across the hall or a man cave that you go to?
Exactly.
Or a she shed.
Yes, a she shed.
Which is humiliating.
I like the boundary of a door.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, get out right now. Well, that's it. Elliot, do you have anything you want to promote?
The book is out on August 11th.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a new audio video podcast show coming out in the fall called So You Think You Can Sports.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why does everyone care about the World Cup so much?
You know, I don't know. The point of the show is me. I'm interviewing like big world-class athletes about sports from the perspective of somebody who I don't know. I couldn't care. It's not on my, it doesn't cross.
It's not on my radar either.
It's not on my radar.
But so many people have been talking about the World Cup in a way that I'm like, so we all cared?
Well, I mean, listen, at High Tops in Los Feliz, they've bumped Drag Race Night like by as long as the soccer games take. And I'm like,
interesting.
Yeah.
I saw a picture where JCPenney's had set up a TV with some chairs, and I said, JCPenney?
JCPenney, okay.
All right. A, I didn't know they still existed. B, what are we doing? Anyway, Elliot, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Would you date me?
In a second. In a heartbeat.
I love that. I date you. I think we'd have
you.
lovely intellectual conversations, and I would also make you watch some dumb fucking movies. Although I will say, have you seen I Love Boosters?
No, I want to see it.
That's a good one I think you would like. God is God is another one I think you'd really like.
Oh, yes. I've heard about that.
It's an adapted play.
Yes.
And it does not feel like an adapted play.
Right. Somebody was on The View talking about it.
Good.
Yeah, I'm going to watch that.
And then I did like Obsession.
I want to see that and Backrooms.
And I did like Backrooms.
Yeah.
And here's the Hollywood will never learn its lesson. We won't have any original things. They'll be like Boosters 2.
Yeah.
They'll be like Backrooms back again.
Right.
Backrooms back again. Back at it.
Front room.
Obsession, more like depression. Okay. So that's it. If you what?
Look at this.
Oh, Moses. What a cutie.
He is so cute.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Moses.
You're such a good boy.
Well, if you like this episode of Why Won't You Date Me and you liked Moses and you liked Elliot, this is the only episode they're on. You could follow it. You could rate it 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You could tell a friend. You could recommend the show on Reddit. That actually helps because people go on Reddit. I go on Reddit. I love Reddit.
I use Reddit.
It's better than like AI answers.
Absolutely. Real people.
I've stopped using Google and I'll just put it into Reddit.
Reddit's really helpful.
And if you write me something nasty hitting on me to whywontyoudatemepodcast@gmail.com, I'll read it. Also, no need to say that my hair needs to be rebraided. I know. And also, my hair is I just have like nappy hair. That's how it grows out of my head. People just keep commenting on it and I don't know how to be like, I don't know.
It's also not.
I don't need to lay my edges. It's fine.
You also don't need to say anything. You don't have to comment on my hair.
Yeah, you don't have to. Okay, this person writes, I heard my nasty letter read out loud on the Kim Whitley episode. I appreciate both of you defending the quality of it, but I'll keep it shorter this time.
Oh my God. I
really love that you wrote back again. Dear Nicole, we meet at one of your post-show meet and greets. I'm there with my girlfriend, and we're the 69th couple to proposition you that night. When you explain again that you're not looking to be anyone's third, I throw my girlfriend to the ground, metaphorically, and promise to blow your back out with a deep dicking. We get down to it right there on a pile of merch. I take a stack of your signed headshots and make it rain while I pound you from behind. You see your smiling face raining down around us, as well as your lovely fans who are patiently waiting to say hello. When I finish blowing your back out, everyone high fives like it's NASA on launch day. The end. From Jack. That's funny. Jack, thank you so much. Ooh, Jack wrote another one. Okay. Well, goodbye, everyone.
That was a HeadGum podcast.